Busy, busy, busy. Let's see what's going on here. Let's get on the ColezTrades. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's move this here. There we go. Let's move this here. There we go. Oh God, why am I repeating myself? Boom. Is that working? There we go. Hello. How is everyone? Let me move this here, make sure everything's all connected and everything's all good. Hello. Hello, Alan. Hello, Darren. Hello. Hello, Harry. I'm good, mate. Just been in a big meeting downstairs over the road from our building. So I do apologise, guys, for being late to this this live. Very big meeting, so that's good. But yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good, mate. Hello, Andy. Hello, Nisi. Hello, K-Mops. Hello, Jordan. Hello, Shy. Hello, hello, hello. Very good. Big Monday for me on the charts. How did it go, Harry? How did it go? Hello, Alan. We're going to landscape mode. So, Alan, there's a couple things on that. So I've seen, after measuring the metrics I can see on YouTube, the average view duration is higher during the short form compared to landscape. I don't know. People just stay for longer when it's short form. So I'm like unsure of which way to go with it, because a lot of people say like landscape, but then the metrics in terms of length of time people are watching, etc., has gone up. Like it's gone up, like it's 100% gone up on average. So it's like, okay, I don't really know the best option to do there. So that's sort of the situation with that. Hello, Ian. Hello, Louis. How is everyone? How's everyone doing? If you are new to the live, then quick breakdown of what we'll be getting up to. So first off, we'll have a quick catch up, see how everyone is, and then from there we'll be marking up the charts, coming up with a plan for tomorrow. Move this off the chart so it's a bit cleaner. We'll be coming up with a plan for tomorrow, marking up the charts, answering any questions along the way, and yeah, nice, Louis. You caught a lovely trade there, mate. Lovely. Very, very, very nice. Need to go to Specsavers. Loved it. Such a good feeling at work. So set and forget it, and it hit. Love that, Louis. Yeah, it was a very, very, very nice trade. Very nice. I mean, your bias for it was on point as well, clearly, because we came down a lot from that level. Unfortunately, we didn't quite hit this golden pocket. It's a bit late for this now. I was hoping on this pullback here would sort of hit this trend line and have a move up from there. Was looking forward to that, but we didn't quite get that, unfortunately. But this will be a level that we have on going forward to keep an eye on. Obviously, the high that we marked up yesterday was flawless. So that was really nice. Announcement. Louis, we do have. Well, 1 second, guys. I might have to bring you guys with me. I need to go get a water. Whether you guys are coming with me for a second. We're gonna go get water. So I do have a. Well, I know the members that are selected for the you funded trip now. So I do know. I think we're gonna do like a little announcement thing though for it. Apologies for moving around. I don't want that. I can't find water. 1 second. This is a bit of an off-the-cuff live. I need water when I'm talking because otherwise I'll... There we go. I've got water. I'm going back. This is a weird one. We're back. Dude, I can't wait much longer. Been on edge for weeks. Hello, Carlton. Sorry, guys, I'm out for a meal tonight. We'll catch up with you later. All good, Tony. Have a great meal, mate. Have a great meal. Wine for me. Hopping on the wine. Great tour of your gaff, Max. Yeah. Little lifestyle vlog in the middle of the live. Do you want a little tour? Let me know. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a productive, good day at the charts. And yeah, looking forward to the rest of the week. Starting off a bit of a rangy market. Lot of a rangy market. We've literally stayed in this very, very small zone there. But I do like ranges, creates opportunity, especially as we head into the rest of this week. Yeah, let's do a tour. Oh God, let me know and we'll do a quick one. I don't know whether a lot of people would like that though. On the train from Liverpool to London. Nice crop. Where you been? Like, what you been doing? What you been doing in Liverpool? What you doing in London? Louis, I can't show you the whole apartment. Greg has been a hero today, blasting it today. Greg is dynamite, yeah. Greg's an absolute beast. Had a chat with Greg earlier. Absolute beast. Good. I love watching you while listening to jazz, proper downtime and relaxing. That sounds lovely, XPR. That sounds lovely. Save the red room for when you bring me to Dubai. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Louis, man. All this wink, wink, nudge, nudging. But I do know the two people now. So yeah, I want to get Marcin on though when we do it. But yeah, one of them already knows. The highest payout one already knows. I've already messaged and we're confirming dates for that. So I'm going to try and get both out at the same time. But depending on timing, we might have to do like one over one period of time and one over another period of time. We'll have to see. Louis, where are you from? I'm from just outside of Birmingham in the UK. I currently live in Dubai though. Getting on now. He's busy on calls. He's very, very busy. Obviously, we got a lot of members who are wanting to hop on YouFunded, and then he's just constantly on calls with a lot of different members, and just very, very, very busy there. He's a busy guy. No bookshelf background. No bookshelf background now. We're back in the UAE, thankfully. With the amazing weather. It's such nice weather now. It's so nice. Honestly, it's perfect weather in Dubai now. Perfect weather. Saw my pack. When did you request it, Crob? A lot of people have received them now. Received them or will probably tomorrow. Most people will receive the payouts if you requested them over the weekend or Monday. What's the temperature? I think it's like 20 to 25 degrees on a night and then like 30 to 35 during the day. So it's just lovely on a night like that evening time, nice breeze. It's heaven. Date-wise, we'll be looking to get members out literally within 4 weeks. Like that's how soon we want to move with it. Hello, Mark. Hello. What's that? What's study point? No, they do. So basically, we've got a private funding service inside the private group, and you can get instant funding up to $1 million. No rules on the account outside of max drawdown. So no consistency rule, no minimum trading days, nothing like that. Guaranteed payouts, and you can request your payout at the start of the month. So one thing they found is majority of traders pay themselves at the start of the month. So they just made it easy, and like first 10 days of the month, you can request a payout. So that means if you get an account on the last day of the month and you profit, you can withdraw it the next day. So regardless of sort of when you profit, you can withdraw it in the first 10 days of the month. That's how they do it. It's easier from like accounting perspective as well and everything like that. Louis, you're really nudging this. Looking sharp. Let's see. Love that, Mark. But yeah, let me know how everyone's doing. How's your day been today? How have you found the charts? Have you entered any nice positions? What positions have you entered? And what you're sort of looking for throughout the rest of this week? We'll be marking the charts very shortly. To be fair, not much has changed since yesterday in terms of the levels, just because, you know, we had this level marked up yesterday, which was perfectly hit. It was a flawless level. But other than that, other levels didn't really get hit. So one really nice level today. But we've still got these other levels in play. I'm going to remove this, move this over slightly. There we go. I'm going to move this over slightly, and we'll see what other. We'll probably mark up some sort of lower time frame levels today, just because we are ranging a lot of lower time frame opportunities have arisen. So we can sort of focus on those. Nothing. I want more. I can't work with steel anymore. I need to work with gold. Soon, Louis. I mean, you're scaling up. You know, your first trade on the 90k account, you made like, what was it, £200? So, you know, it's a good start. Good start. 1600R. I wish. I'm moving a house this week, so not much trading. Congratulations, Mark. I hope the move is stress-free. It's probably havoc, but I hope it's going well. Yeah, XPR, we can go over, we can flick to the daily time frame. I assume you mean on gold. Let's switch this. It looks like a healthy pullback. Okay, let's come up with some higher time frame levels. So first off, I want to get this on. Looks lovely. We'll stick on the daily. This previous high here around 3,400 looks absolutely beautiful, but I don't know whether coming all the way back down there seems a bit ruthless. We've already had a bounce off this golden pocket here. What we can do is can move this down. This looks nice. Previous highs here, golden pocket here. I anticipate us to range in this zone here for the next sort of few weeks, really. Yeah, at least the next like 2 to 3 weeks, I anticipate a range here, which definitely I love ranges, so I'm more than happy with that. Probably similar to this this sort of range here. I anticipate that sort of here, but we could see sort of from here maybe a continue up, range, and then maybe a deathly weak, and then slowly creep up back here. That's a nice sort of plan for what I'd like to see. I do think a nice little top tip is to draw out on the chart what you're looking for. I think it's really, really nice to visualize your sort of plan going forward. It's important to have a plan and identify the environment you're in. I just find it really, really, really helpful, especially on the higher time frames to mark out a plan. I mean, we did it on Bitcoin and it was perfect. So on Bitcoin, we drew we did it on like the 4 hour from this high here. We literally drew this exact what was going on. Like we said, it was gonna come down from here, then have like a ranging period, and then from there it was probably going to come down further. I anticipated us to reach this red trend line here, and that happened absolutely flawlessly. So it's really nice to do that. Bitcoin is almost approaching this really, really nice level here, which looks really good. Yeah, we can mark that up in a minute. Some nice levels on Bitcoin, though, very, very soon that we could sort of hold for potential intraday swings. Looks nice. XPR, it's normally pretty good. October's normally the ruthless one. October's normally a struggle for a lot of people. A lot of people did really struggle. I know a lot of friends who lost a lot of money in October. It's a notoriously sort of hard month from sort of people I know. But January, December isn't normally too bad. January can be a bit weird. Nice, Mark. Really nice. Nice shirt. I appreciate that. Max Verstappen. I knew how bad October was going to be, and is genuinely I would have stayed away. Yeah, October can be very ruthless. A lot of people in the group saw that as well, but then just a lot of big traders I know struggled in October. It's a very, very, very common month to struggle in, especially with this. I mean, we had a 10% retracement in gold in like a week. In 48 hours, we had a 10% retracement in gold. What the hell is that? Crazy. So a bearish pennant on the 4 hour. This here, yeah, I see more of a bear flag. So impulse move to the downside, and then we're consolidating, forming higher highs and higher lows on the 4 hour time frame. This is a bear flag. So a bear flag, more times than not, does break out to the downside. So putting more emphasis on shorts isn't a bad idea if you do believe this bear flag will break to the downside. However, it doesn't necessarily mean it will. It's just a higher likelihood that it will break to the downside. Not as good as it was, Martin. I wanted to see it on this move down here because it had confluence with this trend line. Now it's not as nice, but it's still something to keep in mind. What we can do, I want to make sure this is, so we know what it is. It's golden pocket plus daily open. Boom. Boom. I've still got point lock running from, wow, 43.70. Wow. XPR. That is nice. I mean, hold that to the grave. I mean, that sounds lovely. My 10K account is now 11,163. Nice, Alex. 11% gain on that. Very nice, Alex. Really, really nice. Andy, so when we're forming a bear flag, that basically shows us, we've had an impulse move to the downside. Now, if, I'm going to use a war analogy here, but if the opposition, okay, makes a huge move towards you and then they have a break, what do you anticipate them to do next? Rest up, re-get supplies, and have another big impulse move, big push. That's what we're seeing here. We're seeing sellers just take control of the market and just push price down. They're having a rest here, let buyers, gain control a little bit before a further impulse move to the downside. That's what we can expect from a bear flag. Ian, when we get closer to the level and we form confirmations, then I'll look for stop loss. I probably would put my stop loss at around 81.8. That's where I sort of had it on before, if not a bit higher, sort of 82.5. That's where I'd probably put my stop loss for that. The blue divergence is what's setting on Fu mate. Just want to make sure it's correct based on my entry today. So I'll get up the settings for you. There we go. So it's show wave trend and show fast WT. And then in here, it's WT wave 1, WT wave 2. So this is the slow moving wave. Wave 1 is the slow moving momentum wave. And wave 2 is the fast moving momentum wave. Break, have a Kit Kat. Exactly. The market's having a Kit Kat. Caught the top and it ran 39R before I took profits. That is insane, XPR. I mean, a 39R trade is disgustingly good. So really, really, really nice. And even on a 0.01, like that's big money. So really nice. Fleck, only on TradingView currently is Fu available, but you can mark up your charts on TradingView and then just execute on YouFunded. That's what I normally do when I'm trading on my YouFunded, and then I know a lot of members do that as well. Making out the base. What do you mean, tail? Appreciate you. No problem, XPR. But yeah, let me know if you've got any questions, and keep bugging Marcin for an app. Yeah, he did see it the other day. He let us know in the webinar that he saw it. So yeah. So this sell position looks lovely. I'm more than happy to keep this on. This looks nice. This golden pocket here isn't my favorite. It just doesn't look as nice, but we can still sort of see what's going on with it. Let me just move this here. We're on the highest volume node of the day, so that isn't really useful for us. We do have the daily open just above this level as well, so that's fine. That's nice. So this level looks good. And then we've got this level here. We've already hit, I believe, the golden pocket on this, which we have. So that's fine. That was a nice position. I was speaking to members about that in the gold section of the Discord last night, and a good few members did catch that, which is really nice. Literally the exact bottom of the market last night, which was really, really nice. Again, that was in the gold section of the Discord. Yes, Sam, this is gold. That's how annoying it is. Now I know. You know who the members are. Louis, who knows? Who knows? You never know. If they can't attend for any reason, what happens? We'll sort of reschedule it. We'll work around. We'll work around whoever it may be. The 4 a.m. club has disappeared too, I think. I mean, in these market conditions, the 4 a.m. club is on a little break. The 4 a.m. club was absolutely printing for months, though. It was crazy. It was really, really crazy. That was a weird time. Honestly, every single day, people waking up at 4 a.m. just placing buy positions and making loads of money. Like, it happened every single day for months. Sam, so GP stands for Golden Pocket. It basically shows a nice retracement in price. It shows where price is likely to bounce if we do get that retracement and we anticipate a further move up. And then daily open, D open is daily open. It's where price opened for the day. So obviously that's a significant level. Them two paired together gives us an area of confluence to look for. Literally, that's what it was, Louis. Wake up, buy, make money. Good times, exactly. Max and the crew. Hello, Steph. How you doing? No problem, Sam. And let me know if you got any other questions, Sam. Gapping pockets. Wow, was that 4 a.m. Dubai time or UK? Curious. UK, Krishina. It was UK time, which was good for me because it was 7 a.m. Dubai time. But yeah, it was literally like every single day, 4 a.m. there'd be a bottom in the market, and it happened for ages. It was honestly hilarious. So yeah, it was really, really, really good. But we're sort of out of those market conditions now, just sort of ranging. So I wouldn't stick with the 4 a.m. club. Look, there'll probably be some loyalists who buy at 4 a.m. no matter what. And look, I respect it. So yeah. Sorry, YouTube question me. Did you answer my question? Just hold. Would you hold placed order for gold 3982? So that's timing, mate. And then would you hold placed order for gold at 3988? Oh, so this level here. I wouldn't hold it on now, Martin. So I wouldn't hold it on now just because we're not close to the level. I want to see confirmations as we approach the level. So I wouldn't hold that on now. And then over market close, it's very dangerous. We've seen markets gap down crazy amounts. Would have been mad, nice and easy money just clicking buy and earning all. That's literally what it was, Krishina. It was crazy time. It was crazy time. I've got an alert set at 390, but no limit order. Yeah, I've got. You can see on my on the side of my chart here. I just saw a message in the Discord. It's fine. Someone, there was a guy in the Discord the other day who was trying to message members, and yeah, it was a big hoo-ha. Basically, he was messaging members trying to get them involved in some like crypto scam, and yeah, Discord's such like a bad place. So definitely be careful, everyone, on Discord. But yeah, Fleck, I think that's a good alert to have. You can see on this, I mean, you can't see on the side of my chart, but I've got loads of alerts set. You can see them pop up on the side of the live. So when price gets to these levels, I'll look for confirmations. And then if I'm seeing confirmations, I'll definitely enter that. Make sure biggest earning single trade you've ever had. Amaze me. I can't put a number on that. Percentage-wise would be when I actually first got into crypto. I got into a project called, what was it? I think it was Matic. And yeah, it was insane. Actually, it would probably be Phantom. So in the crypto space, and it was like ridiculous. It was like $100 to like 20K. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, but I've had some good wins. I don't want to give people. I don't show too much of. I did a few lives ago, but I don't show too much because I don't want people to get FOMO and this, that, and the other, and I don't want people knowing how much money I make. Was it Martin GC? Martin GC good till cancelled. Basically, your trade's on until you cancel it. With that, by the way, you saw it. No worries. Can afford a few Freddos. Look, I can afford a few Freddos, but yeah, I feel like everyone in the trading space and everyone in the world right now throws around how much money they're making. I don't want people to know. Look, I do all right for myself, and on top of that, I feel like people just throw around bigger and bigger numbers. They try and outperform each other. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. I'd rather focus on, you know, making consistent R, something that you can actually relate to. If you can make 2R in a day and I can make 2R in a day, look, we're no different. I may have more capital, but you can easily get to that point. And yeah, humble man over here. I appreciate that. Yeah, Johnny, we can rotate to Bitcoin. I did show my you funded for last month, which was up. We did all right on that, but I won't show it often. If you're counting money in public, exactly, Steph, exactly. And one thing is, there's a good few people in the trading space, like behind the scenes, quite serious. There's a good few people who, like, it's a sensitive topic, but bad things have happened to people and they can't go to police about it or whatever because things happen. Look, there's some really bad people in the world and they'll take advantage if you're flaunting money and everything like that. And I don't want to have to walk around with security all the time and be very conscious of that. I don't want to be flaunting loads of money because you become a target. And I don't want to do that. But yeah, there's yeah, it's quite bad. Like, yeah. I'll keep it blunt. People have been literally kidnapped, and this happens more regularly than people think. We live in a dangerous world, so be careful. Martin, yeah, loads of traders. I know a lot of different traders that live in Dubai. A lot. You don't usually trade on the U funded. That's saying something itself. Yeah, Louis, it was the new M5. Really nice. The new M5 gets more attention than Lambos, Ferraris, anything. A lot of people just really like BMW here. And yeah, the new M5 was like, it just, because it was full blacked out, like it gets a lot of attention. Like, I don't know, just, that got more complimented than any other car I've had. Max, when I look at Bitcoin, I seem to have different prices between TradingView and VT Markets. Which one is best to use? So, Craig, So VT will have different price data to the price data you're using on TradingView. So on TradingView, to get the most accurate price to yours, using Vantage's price data is probably the best. However, to get the most accurate price of Bitcoin, using the best one to use is Binance's Bitcoin to USDT perpetual contract. That's like the most accurate. It's the best for getting volume, open interest, all of these things. So I like to use a mix of the both, but I mainly mark up on Binance's chart just because it's the most accurate price data. I sat in it at Goodwood, absolutely loved it, amazingly comfy, huge. I sat in a wagon. Yeah, it's massive. It's a boat of a car. I wish it sounded a bit better, but it's just so comfy and so nice. It's like driving on a cloud. Don't like BMW, however, M5, yeah, very nice. What's that, Louis? What are you trying to do? Good old Binance. Yeah, Binance is in some sticky waters right now. Very, very sticky after that recent crash. They did some not very good things. But they've done it before as well. So this isn't a first time thing. And Binance, is the liquidity provider for a lot of people, like white label Binance's back end to run their crypto exchanges. So that's why a lot of crypto exchanges got absolutely messed over as well, because they were using Binance's back end. So it just impacted everyone. But the main culprit, definitely Binance. Give me a fully kitted out G-Wagon and job done. The problem with G-Wagons is when the big fully kitted out ones, they are so not even boaty. They feel like they're gonna fall on their side, and when you put the foot down, the front end genuinely lifts up, so you lose traction in the front two wheels. You put the foot down and you can go like this and you won't go anywhere because the front wheels just don't do anything. It's a really weird thing to drive. Bollocks. Yeah, if you want to know more information on that, Louis, drop me a message and I'll send you through all of the details with it, because it's not as simple as that and it's not as good as that. What means the D in the red box on Bitcoin? I'm new. Sorry, Johnny, no worries. So this D means daily. So it's a daily level. That's what the D means. And Johnny, any questions, mate? It's absolutely fine. There's no such thing as a stupid question at all. Let's move this over here. Unfortunately, there's not... I like this trend line here, and that's about it. There's not much that lines up with it. Previous weekly low. Let's zoom out. Okay, we do have a daily and a 0.786. Okay, I actually quite like that. This is a buy level. Boom here. So we got daily plus 0.786. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Perfect. Let's talk about his... So it was where... Louis, what? If you had to 2 indicators and only 2 indicators to trade with for the rest of your life, what would they be? Session volume profile HD and Fu Manchu. They're the 2 which I would use. Yeah, I think Bitcoin's going to come down eventually to this low here. I think we're going to take out this low. Like I always say, Bitcoin wants to cause maximum pain. And taking out this low here, slowly taking out the low would cause maximum pain. And I think I've seen it happen. I showed examples before on a previous live stream of where this happened. And it happens like every single time we have a major liquidation on Bitcoin. Every single time, we always slowly work our way back down to the low, take out the low, cause max pain in the markets, and then we trend to the upside again. It's happened like, I mean, the most recent like 6 big liquidations where Bitcoin's dropped by like an ungodly amount. It's happened. So, so how do you download your indicator? Me and Jay. What do you mean download the indicator, Louis? What do you mean get the ColezTrades indicator on your chart? On Binance, no, though, Johnny. This big wick here. This one here. This, no. Oh, no, we're on gold. Not this one. This one here. This usually, obviously, it does depend what price data you're using. But on Binance, this is the... Like, this is the granddaddy. Like, this is the one I care about. Like, if others, I'm not really bothered. That just shows illiquid markets. Oh, Louis, you can get it in your in the Discord, in the indicators section. You can find the ColezTrades indicator there. No, so this is the Fu Manchu indicator. I use it for confirmations. And guys, if you do want more information on sort of like courses, signals, analysis, community, everything like that, you can click the link in my YouTube bio and you can get involved there. And yeah, in there, there's loads. Like, it's the best trading community ever. Sick of it. Yeah, definitely do, Louis. Definitely do. It's really, really, really nice. Like, it just saves you a lot of time. Especially works well on Bitcoin. Especially works well. But yeah, these are the levels that I'm looking at on gold. I think I'm keeping it simple. You know, we've got a range for me. I would like to find something that lines up with this value area low. But unfortunately, we got the 0.886. The 0.886. Let's... What we can do... Oh, no, that isn't as good. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Okay, let's zoom out to the 1 hour. No, it's not. It's not really doing it for us. Never mind, it's all good. I do want this on though. So 0.886, last hurrah this level is, plus value area low. Boom. There we go. Really nice. Okay, I like this a lot. Nice levels on the chart tonight. Really nice. Really, really nice. Saying here, illiquid. So basically, there's not a lot of liquidity in the chart. So what I mean by that is there's not a lot of orders, so price can like shoot up. If, for example, in the market, you know, everyone talks about liquidity and they say liquidity is above highs and below lows. That isn't the case. They're talking about external liquidity, which is liquidity that falls outside of the range. There's liquidity all throughout the market. There's liquidity here, everywhere. The market is liquidity, okay? So when people say it's above or below a high, they're talking about external liquidity. There's liquidity all around here. But if we take that example and we say this is the market, okay, and price is currently here. If there's no orders until up here, price can jump up to this point. Normally, you'd expect it to fill orders here, fill orders here, fill orders here, fill orders here. But if those orders aren't there, there isn't a lot of liquidity in the market, so you can get extremely volatile moves as price can just jump from order to order. So it's not a nice market to trade in. And it can cause pretty wacky price action. Bit of a different question. Jordan, so take a step back, risk a set pound amount per trade, not financial advice, but it's what I do. Risking a set pound amount per trade, find something, anything, something that you've used in the past, which makes a bit of, which makes sense to you, and that has worked for you, and then just risk a very small pound amount, 10, 20, 30 pounds, whatever it may be. Do that for a week, 2 weeks. You'll either break even or make money. And then you'll message me, okay, Max, what do I do now? Okay, you're profitable. You have consistently made money. You've used proper risk management. You've got an edge in the market. You've utilized that edge. And yeah, you know, risking £10 here, you make £10 here, lose £10 here, make £10 here, lose £10 here, make £10, make £10, lose £10. Overall, if you come out with 10, 20, 30 pounds profit, you've made a few R. If you can make a few R, whether it's £10 you're risking or whether it's 100,000, 10,000, you can profit over time. Then it's just a case of capital. And then you just keep scaling your account, make, £10 here, £10 here, £10 here. When you've got enough, get on the private funding service we have inside the private group, scale your account up, make, instead of risking £10, you're then risking £100. And then at the end of the month, if you make just 3, 4R, so when I mean 3, 4R, I mean 3, 4 times risk. If you're risking a set pound amount, then 3, 4 R you can make, and then you're making 3, 400 pounds, and then you can scale up capital more, scale up risk more, and before you know it, you're making 3 to 5 R a month. You're risking 500 pounds on each trade, and you're making 2,000, 3,000 pound a month. Boom, you're making a full-time job's income. That's it in simplicity terms, but keeping it simple is important. Risk a set pound amount, find a small edge which has worked for you before, stick with it. Even if you make 1 to 3 R a month, who cares? You're making money, then scale capital and refine your edge over time. That is the blueprint to profitability. Yeah, Novak, so the 0.886 here, I pulled from this low to this high. So this low to this high on the 1 hour time frame, this is. Jordan, again, set pound amount, find something that's worked for you in the past. If you want a very simple edge, then daily time frame, 8 EMA, I can send you through a video and just try and make a few R a month. Once you're consistently making just 3, 4, 5 R a month, the only thing that is stopping you from making tens of thousands of pounds a month, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds a month, is just capital. And capital you can compound and scale quicker than a lot of people think. Max and Louis, can't go over this wall and I'm stuck. Been in the same position for a long time now. Jordan, look, trading and any business is like this for a long time. And then suddenly that click. And then it just goes. That is business. Speak to any business unless they were very fortunate to get involved in a really nice business. It's like this for so long. And then once that sort of click happens, simple as that. It sounds simple, and obviously I don't want to make it sound overly simple because trading is hard, and I never want to make it seem easy or anything like that, and downplay the hard work that I've put in. But when I say it like that, it sounds easy. I agree. Get your head around. Jordan, I say really get your head around all the educational content in the group and backtest a strategy that works for you. Exactly. And Harry, such a good message there, Harry. That last bit, that works for you, okay? This is why in the group we've got a lot of different angles. You might like my course, you might like what Brandon says, you might like what Leon says, you might like WizKid, you might like Greg, you might like C.Dog, whatever it may be, okay? Some people will much prefer Greg's stuff. Some people will much prefer Leon's stuff. It depends on the type of person you are. And so we've got options so you're not forced into a box. You can see what you like and see what makes sense to you and go with that. So like Harry says, what works for you, because what works for you will be different than what works for everyone else. And something very important, and the reason why I think that is the case so much, is because our upbringing and our relationship with money is all very different. If you grew up in a wealthy household who were extremely stingy, you've got a different perspective on someone who grew up in a less well-off household who were very, they'd spend all of their money each month, or someone who had a lot of money and then spent a lot of money, or someone who had not much money but saved. There's so many different angles, and everyone's upbringing impacts their view on money and their relationship with money, which then impacts their risk tolerance and impacts their ability at the charts. And so, everything's going to be different for each person, really. And I wish it was the case that there was some wondrous golden strategy. I think a lot of people in trading, the biggest problem in trading is golden ticket hunting. There isn't a golden ticket. It doesn't exist. What works is risk management, discipline, refining your system, and becoming the edge yourself. It's not just as simple as find a system. Oh my God, I've got the holy grail system. I'm going to print money forever. That's not the case. Find a system that works for you, and then become an expert on that system. Learn when to use the system, when to not use the system. It's exactly like a business. You might find a really good business that you particularly like. Let's say it's vending machines, okay? If you just find that vending machine business and you go for it, and you really like vending machines and etc., you could make a little bit of money, okay? But chances are it'll be really difficult. You'll probably break even for a long time. It's going to be hard. You need to become an expert on vending machines to make that seriously big money and compound it and scale it over time. That's where the money's made. Becoming an expert on your system, not in just learning the system. Since then, I've completely changed my mindset and trade less, but I'm making really nice profits instead of losing. Nice, Harry. Really, really nice. Absolutely amazing to hear. I had a really shit few weeks and just had to take a step back for a few weekends and spent my whole weekend just getting my head into educational stuff, marking up my charts and back testing. Since then, I've completely changed my mindset. I trade less, making more money. Harry, your mindset's top tier. Like everything you say there, what works for you, extremely important note. Trading less. The less you trade, the more profit you will make for the vast majority of people. It's just that's a fact. Harry, you're saying all the right things, mate. Really nice work, man. So currently it's bloody 1 a.m. for me. Like we've got a 4-hour time difference from the UK now, which is a bit weird. Love vending machines. Vending machine business, Jordan. There you go. Buy a vending machine, have a Kit Kat. Louis, what's with you and Kit Kats lately? Even if you just got back from boxing, first thing I hear is there's not a golden ticket. I disagree. Joining this group is one. Appreciate that, Flitspeed. I really appreciate that. And hope boxing's going well, mate. Hope boxing's going really well. I had a really difficult session this morning. It was awful. And something cool is happening in the next few days. I can't say it on live, but I'm going to be sparring with some pretty interesting people. So, again, I can't say on live, but it's really cool. Some crazy things are going on in the boxing side of my life, but boxing's hard, man. Any combat sport, the fitness involved is, oh God, difficult. Button that will take a percentage and move your stop loss to break even. William, so the best thing to do there is look at the lots you're using. Let's say you're risking 10 lots on a trade, and you just take 2 lots out and move your stop loss to break even. Like manually do it, it takes 5 seconds. Just saying, do you want to keep at it, mate? I'll make a difference. Really nice, Harry. Really nice. I think Jordan's going to be feeling motivated after this. No, not Tyson, not KSI, and not Marcin. I wish it was Tyson. That'd be cool. Bang on, Louis. Cheers, Harry. Appreciate it, mate. Nice, Jordan. And look, Jordan. We all know here that trading's a pain in the ass. Okay, we all know it. And so, drop us a message, at us in the Discord, ask questions in the Discord, like just at people and say, like, how's your trading getting on today? Like, I've done this today. Like, what would you have done the same? Like, what's your thoughts on this? And people will be more than happy to explain how they're getting on and what's working for them and what's not working for them. And you can share the same, you can work together. Trading, I believe a lot of people think it's a lone wolf game. I think treating it as a team game in terms of, working together. There's no reason why all of us can't work together and profit in these markets together. There's enough money to go around in these markets. So, yeah, Jordan, but we understand where you're coming from. We've all been there at some point. But the people who make it, the people who push through those brick walls that you're at right now. It'll open in probably 5 minutes or an hour. So different markets open at slightly different times. Mark, are you looking at gold versus like Forex, or are you looking at... I've set a desk up in my loft and intend to go through the educational stuff in a peace and quiet. Is it worth waiting for the bootcamp stuff, or shall I work through what is there? So Andy, a bit more information on the bootcamp is, again, for those who aren't involved in the group, we've got a bootcamp coming up, completely free for members. And what's going to be going on there is basically you're going to get full access to it. Big shout out to Craig, and definitely, like, if you get a moment, dropping Craig a message. A, just because he's a really smart guy and really nice guy, and B, he's put a lot of work into this boot camp. But then in the boot camp, you're going to get full access to it. For those who want to sprint ahead and they want to jump sections and this, that, and the other, like, you're going to get full access to it. But then also what we're going to do is I'm going to do a boot camp live once a week, which is going to be like a 2-hour live or so, where we go over like the boot camp in sections. So we do a section and we're all going to do it together. I'm going to work through it together with you. And we're going to start off in section 1. We're all going to work through it. Okay. Section 2, we're all going to work through it. We're just going to work through it together. And throughout the week, you can revisit it, go through the tasks that come with each section, etc. And then we can go again and we can all work through it together. Okay. If you do want to speed ahead and there's a particular section you want to jump to, by all means, go for it. But if you want to work with it with me on the live, then that option's open as well. And just overall knowledge in this group is going to go through the roof with the boot camp. And also something that we've got the challenge on the 7th, which I announced as well. So if you want to get involved in that, then you can find the link in the private group for the challenge. And then also something that's cooking up as well is potential for those who are looking for a more advanced view on things. We'll sort of fast track you up to the point where you'll sort of grasp what we'll talk about. But me and Cedar are doing like a mentorship for very, very like small, very, very small amount of people. Just going into those really, like, this'll take a lot of time, but going into those really, really in-depth, nitty-gritty, like really, really cool trading stuff. That's sort of something we're cooking up as well. But yeah, that'll be really good. But again, that'll be very, very in depth, like very in depth. And yeah, that'll be cool. Love the sound of that. Can't wait for the bootcamp to come. Yeah, it's going to be amazing, Beth. I love this group. Forever grateful. Crazy where a random TikTok scroll can get you to think I don't even have TikTok anymore either. That's brilliant, Louis. And look, Louis, you were profitable trading last month. You were profitable. Okay, that's amazing. And you're profitable this month so far as well. Like, you made thousands last month. Chances are you're going to make thousands this month from trading. Like, just, like, Pat yourself on the back. 'Cause that is, seriously well done. Well done. And you're doing all the right things. Working together sounds good. I prefer something like a classroom environment. Yeah, Andy, I think that's better. Again, a lot of people want to go at things alone. And look, I've been down that route. I've tried that. And the moment you start, asking for a bit of help, but the best thing to do, a little like life thing that I've learned, is when you're asking anyone for help, try and provide value as well in terms of like just anything. I see a lot of people, and this happens a lot. And I'm not talking in the group. If people want to ask for anything, then go ahead. But in terms of like business, a lot of people will be like, I went to I had an event. This wasn't in London. This was before London, in Dubai. I had a guy come up to me, and like in person, like I want to shake your hand, get to know you a bit. Like there's a name for it. Like introduction. I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to know a bit more about you, and I hope you want to know a bit more about me, and we get to know each other, and then we talk, then we get into business. But just jumping straight away into, literally had a notepad, and he was just asking these really these were some very valuable answers to some big questions, and that just, and I haven't been in contact with this guy further. If he was more like we got to know each other and then we went from there, etc., etc., then we spoke about business, then by all means we can sort something out going forward. And I think treating, in the group as well, when you're reaching out to members, etc., try and provide value in return. Go over, I found this, even if you're a complete beginner, I found this works quite well. Maybe you'll like it. Like, what's going on with you? Try and provide value to them, and then they'll build that relationship. Because if you just message people and say and look, message the educators, message me, we're here for you, just try and extract value. But in terms of other members, get to know them a bit. Don't just try and pull out all of their hard work. They've worked hard for their knowledge. Don't just try and rip it from them. It's an exchange. I think that's an important lesson which I've definitely learned. And yeah. Charts, if you analyze a chart from zero, what do you do first? Johnny, higher time frame. Look at the daily, even the weekly time frame. Stare at it for a minute. I literally just look at the chart. I move it around. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? What environment am I in? I've looked at obviously I've looked at the charts every day for however many years now, so I understand the environment that I work best in, so I can sort of grasp that from the chart. Then slowly zoom in time frame, go from, don't normally go on the weekly, but daily, then jump onto the 4 hour, see what's going on there. I'm not necessarily looking for something, I'm just identifying the environment I'm in. On the 4 hour, I might mark up a few trend lines, see where the high volume nodes are, etc., etc. Then I'll move down to the 1 hour, do the same thing, maybe mark up a couple trend lines, look for some high volume nodes on the 1 hour, see if we've got any very, very visual areas of support and resistance which I can use. Then I'll go down to the 24 minute or the 30 minute, or maybe the 15 minute. Then I'll actively mark up my levels. I'll use those higher time frame, high volume nodes. I'll use those trend lines, but I'll mainly do my analysis on the 24 minute through the guys and through the binoculars of the higher time frame with what I've just seen. I think it will help you, even if it's just marginally. When you open up the charts for the first time in the morning or whatever, taking a look at that higher time frame, you don't even have to know what you're looking for, just taking a look at it, because you can get caught up in that local price action. It's like you're in a war and you're staring through binoculars, okay? I always think, if you want more information, zoom in. If you want less information, zoom out. But imagine you're in a war and the binoculars don't leave your head, okay? You need to take those binoculars off now and then and look around. What's going on? What is my environment? You don't really know what you're looking for. You're not just a military man, okay? You're just looking around, seeing what's going on. Okay, I know what environment I'm in. Now I can put on the binoculars. Okay, and now I'll zoom in a bit. Now I'll zoom in a bit. Now I'll zoom in a bit. Okay, I can see there's an enemy there. Okay, now I can line up my shot. Okay, I always thinking about trading in terms of a war is good. This is a war. We're all in the trenches. Okay, these markets are a war. It's buyers versus sellers. Thanks, I'm a joker. Yusuf, how was meeting Leon? How was meeting Leon? Great live again, Max. Got to go. Appreciate that, Craig. And have a great night, mate. Yeah, XPR, that gets me each time. I mean, I message you after, like I just don't expect it because I get a lot of voice notes and I get a lot of messages, but opening yours, I'm like, what just happened? Do you have any other jobs? No, so I trade full time and then I run the group and I run a few other businesses here and there. And yeah. Analogies get better and better. That analogy was pretty good. Oh, there was an analogy the other night which was really nice, but I can't remember what it was. It was on last night's live. It was top tier, and I was quite proud of it. It was really good. He's a great guy. I'm picking a lot of things up. Super nice guy. Yeah, Yusuf. He's. Me and him went to the PFL. A company that I do business with has a box at the PFL, and so we went there, and the CEO of the company, Leon, just started explaining his system to the CEO, and the CEO was enthralled in this trading system. And yeah, it was hilarious. And so yeah, actually met the owner or the co-owner or whatever of the PFL. That was an interesting experience. He was a really nice guy. I had no idea what was going on though. This guy just walked in with a bunch of like cameras, and like the CEO guy introduced me. I shook his hand, and then afterwards I was like, who was that guy? It was yeah, and Leon loved that night as well. It was actually really, really good night. It was really good. But yeah, Leon's top tier. And then all the educators are. I encourage you, if you haven't already, reach out to an educator or two. Look, they want to help you. They're really, really nice. Sometimes they'll be delayed on messages. They get loads of messages. And I make it clear to them, like, I don't want them to, and I don't want myself to just reply like half-assed to messages. If someone takes the time to explain their situation in depth and explain what they're struggling with and everything like that, I want to make sure we're doing an in-depth response to that as well. And so, you know, they do take the time to reply, but it means that you get a better reply, and they're just genuinely amazing people. And shout out to Greg for that trade today. I know a few people were on point with that. If you line it up to the... What do you mean, these wicks here? Yeah, this is nice. Nice shout, XPR. Nice shout. Here's a great. More of a sociable person, actually very sensible in real life. I love getting to know people and connect well. Nice, Yusuf. That's really good, and that's the person to be. I do like my locked in, like get stuff done time. I really do. But I also like you know, speaking to different people and hearing different people's perspectives. You know, there's two sides to every story, and you can learn a lot from speaking to people, definitely. And people like talking. Okay, nice XPR. Louis on the cigars. Oh, Louis makes thousands trading instantly on the cigars. He's gonna get a war room in his house now. He's gonna get the cigars. Oh no. Chats on Telegram. Is there a specific person to message about something? Grant, if you're struggling to navigate things, just either drop me a message on Telegram or at me in the Discord. We can get you a call booked in with either Adam or Jay, who'll walk you through the Telegram sections, the Discord and everything like that, and answer any questions and set you on the right path, mate. Orange of Cubans moving to the outsides. One thing, so amazing. Love that, Louis. Fair play. Got the kid. Thank you. Before I even knew what trading was. Look, a nice cigar lounge. Good conversation. Amazing. Binoculars and cigar in the mouth, smashing the profits. Finally, right? 100% Jordan. I can visualize it now. Perfect. Thank you, mate. No problem, Grant. And Grant, important note, and anyone who's in Grant's situation, just reach out. Like, the support's there. Just push a bit forward. Ask people. Get that call. You know, push for it. There's profits there. They're on the table. You know, trading's there. The profits are there. Like, you've got to, like, reach and grab it. So reach out to us, get a call booked, anything. You know, the support's there. Take advantage of it. We want to help you, and yeah. Oh man, proved all either points. Yeah, literally. XPR top G copy of me on God. XPR, the original top G. The original. Look, XPR, we all know who the original was. Look, if you don't know, then, you know, you need to know. Okay. Yusuf, I'm not going to lie, it's about 50% that now, I have to say. Yeah, Louis, really, I know, Louis, I will, when you're in Dubai, okay, when you eventually get out here, I'll make you a deal. I'll take you to the best cigar lounge. The best one, in my opinion. There's a lot of very good ones, like, obviously, smoking's huge in Dubai, and there's a lot of very, 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 very nice cigar lounges and shisha lounges and everything like that. But there's one in particular which is very good. Sounds like heaven, that. It's very, very, very good. Dubai in December if you're going to be there, right? 100% Yusuf. I will be back in the UK like around Christmas, but if you come like any time in December other than like Christmas, and then I'll be back for New Year as well. So I'll be back just after Christmas as well for New Year. Perfect. I'll hold you to that. Definitely do, Livy. Okay, guys, I think we're going to finish up this this live. We've got some nice levels marked out. I think it's been a really, really good live. I think there's been some nice like tidbits dropped throughout, some nice value. I hope everyone enjoyed the live. I hope you got something from it. If you're struggling in trading, keep pushing. If you're profiting in trading, keep profiting. And let's have an amazing week, guys. And if you ever need any help, guys, please like reach out to members, reach out to educators, reach out to me. Like you've got to, the profits are there. Grab them, okay? Every single person in here can do this. There's nothing stopping you, okay? So you've got this. Okay, guys, take care. Have an amazing rest of your night. See you in a bit, Hammer. See you in a bit, Jordan. See you in a bit, Yusuf. Hammer, where you been? You just joined. Hello, Mark. Hello, Louis. Not hello. See you in a bit. See you in a bit, Louis. XPR. Darren. Louis again. Who else? Crob. Grant, Jordan, and Jordan, reach out, mate. Like, let's get you on track. Alan Fleck, Harry, some great words in the live tonight as well. Take care, guys. Have a great night.